Hi, my name is Mary Nawabi, and I'm a real estate coach who's passionate about helping women create a business, a successful business, and most importantly, create a team and expand the team. I believe as a leader of a team, it's important to know what's going to cause for people to take action, feel motivated, increase productivity. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about whether the specific psychology of people that is going to create that. And I'm talking about the 6 human needs psychology. Throughout my studies with Tony Robbins, that was one of the first steps that I learned not only about our company and the company we were building, my husband and I, for real estate back then, but also my own behavior. Because as individuals, I believe that, I'm a go-getter and I have positive outlook towards life, but there are times that I do get stuck. I have gotten stuck with certain emotions, certain things that we perceive in our world, other things that are not going well in our life. I have kids, marriage, family members, drama. I think there's so many other factors of life that could hold us back, and how we perceive that information and how we translate and take action could sometimes, even for a positive person, could hold us back. So when I learned about the 6 human psychology, it absolutely changed my life. Not only my relationship with my husband, my relationship with my kids, my relationship with those around me, and most importantly, to increase productivity. Because I don't know about you, if you're not feeling great about your life, I don't know if you can really be in a positive mindset and increase productivity and make phone calls and go see people. Yes, you can do it for a short amount of time, but it just doesn't feel good. And I think it's important to create that kind of zero tolerance for drama in your life, and to know why you do the things you do. What's going to cause for you to feel down those days, and what's causing specifically for you to feel positive. And today I want to talk about the 6 human needs psychology. All individuals across the world, it doesn't matter from which background, which belief system, which religious background, all human beings fulfill 6 needs at any given time. On top of the list is certainty, security, that we need to create certain amount of comfort about our life to make a specific amount of money. Some people need a highest amount of certainty, and some people need just maybe minimum. Every individual is different. So it's important to know the top of the need for humans are certainty and security. Sometimes we create the certainty with the finances, having a shelter over your head, a home, and certain things. At other times, certainty is created in the mind, how we want things to be done a certain way. Because the mind needs certainty too, that I'm sure things are going to happen. That's the certainty. The second need is uncertainty, variety. That's called spice of life. How many people do you see that are on their phones and they're constantly fulfilling the need for variety? It's entertaining. Most people are being distracted by getting entertained, watching something. And that is a need for people. Some people, they have the need to watch TV maybe 5 hours a day. Others could do it 15 minutes. Every individual is different. You need to know the people that are working for you, or they're coming on board as part of your team, what are their needs in terms of uncertainty, or feeling that they want to kind of entertain themselves all the time. It's important to know that, because whatever needs they're going to fulfill, their actions are going to follow by that. The third need is validation, recognition, a sense of worthiness. This is really, really huge for majority of population, because this is one thing everybody needs. Now, some people, again, needs it like at level 10, which means make me feel important all the time. Others may be needing it at level 3. So it all depends for each individual. The fourth need for human being is sense of belonging, love, and connection. Some people, they have the need to feel connected with something or somebody, where others may not have the same need. People that are driven by love and connection, they're often, they're very kinesthetic, which means they like touches. They're like people oriented. So they want to be around people. Their energy gets elevated if they're around people. If they're not, then they feel like their energy is going down. They may even feel depressed if they're not with people. Now, these four are the need for the ego, which is called primal needs. The last two needs are growth and contribution. That's the need for the soul. It touches your soul. Now, some people are driven by growth. If they're not growing, they're dying, and that brings down their energy. I think to some degree, all human beings, we all need that to grow. But some people need it a lot more than others. So you need to know, is that you or the people that you are helping as part of your team? Now, the last need is contribution, helping others. This is, Mother Teresa, her highest need was contribution. That's why she changed the world. It's important to know who you are as an individual. If you're driven by helping others and contribution, and that's your highest need, then it's important to know how you can approach the business, because that elevates your energy. Now, so we all fulfill the 6 needs. Out of all these 6, 2 becomes our driving forces. So, for example, my highest need is certainty and growth. And so I've taken this assessment. There's an assessment that I will have the attachment that you can take, and you have your team members to take the assessment to see whether they're top 2 driving forces. Now, when I took it, I don't know how many years ago, was certainty and growth. So which means I always need certainty, and then I always want to grow and learn. Now, people's driving forces change. Just the way you are doesn't mean you could stay this way. You have to know the needs you're fulfilling. What are some of the actions you take in life that are serving you well in a positive way? And what are some of those actions that you are fulfilling that need, that are driving you away from your goal, or is not serving you or those around you well? For example, if let's say my highest need would be validation and recognition, how could this need serve me well? Well, at work, I could be a go-getter, an overachiever, and I want to always go for the maximum, keep increasing my goals, right? And that will serve me well. Now, how could this not serve me well in life or business? Then when sometimes you are very competitive, if you don't get what you want, guess what? The fear of failure is going to go up a lot. So that could really drop the energy. So if you're failing and if you haven't accomplished your goal, then your energy could go really down. Now that will not serve anybody really well, because you're so focused on the winning, but not really focusing on the overall picture of to make progress. Again, another example could be this. Now, if you have a team member who is lacking really motivation and they're not really, for example, prospecting, bringing transactions on board, you have to give them the assessment to see which needs they're fulfilling. And people have to be completely honest about filling out the assessment, because most people want to be in these 2 categories. Most people want to have growth and contribution, because that's the ultimate need for the soul. And so sometimes they're blind to how they are really fulfilling their needs, how they're taking action right now. So it's important to know if that person, for example, if this person the highest need they have is, for example, two is, let's say, certainty and love and connection. Now, and if they're not feeling connected with you or the team, and if they don't have the certainty that they can bring income, and there's no platform that will create a certainty for them, then their motivation will go down. And so these people need to be with people and create the highest amount of certainty in the brain, which could be specific steps that they can take to create that success. So for example, if you've got another person that their needs are, let's say, validation and contribution, now their life is going to be completely different. Their business model is going to be completely different. They're going to always be helping, contributing. Sometimes these people do a little bit too much because they don't focus on making money. They just focus on helping because they're fulfilling a need. And then at the end of the day, their focus is not on the income and revenue. It's just about helping. And so because it makes them feel great doing that. And then therefore they're also want to get that recognition that, oh, you're so great, you're awesome, I love you, is that feedback they're always looking for. Is like a payoff. They're always looking for that payoff. And again, if people don't reciprocate their contribution, then their energy goes down because the expectation is so high that I'm doing this for you, you should be reciprocating. And if they don't, those people around them, or clients, customers, and family members, then their energy goes down. It's very important to know which of these two needs your agents are fulfilling. Because if you do know, then you can help them, because you're going to have to cater towards each agent you have differently because their needs are different. But you can make an assumption that most people are in this category. They want certainty and security, and they want recognition, validation, and respect. If you get confused about which needs they're fulfilling, if you could make these two assumptions, I think you'll do really well motivating people, because it will play a major factor in how they are going to reciprocate and increase their motivation to do well. And I think as a leader, it's very important to take the time to understand people's psychology, because if you don't, you're going to have a lot of frustration getting people to work with each other well, and most importantly, to perform. I'm going to attach the assessment that you can give your agents to take and see what are their two type driving forces. And then I'm going to attach the translation to see how are you fulfilling your needs, and how you're fulfilling them in a positive way and in a negative way. And this one factor not only will help you with your business, but rest assured will help you so much in your relationship with your spouse, partners, and those that you love as well. If you have any more questions, I've studied this for years, so I know at the beginning it was very confusing, and I'm sure it might be confusing for you. If you need more help, please reach out. Email is listed below. Till next time, thank you.